Have you ever heard of the approval detox? Think about that. The approval detox. What is that? To be honest, it's about how that people, they need approval, they need validation, but you need to be detoxed from that because it is a poison. If you're going to have literally the power of charisma, the power of magnetism, be able to pull people towards you, to be perfectly blunt, you cannot have the addiction of approval. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to cover this, because I think that it's critical that people understand that an approval neediness, an approval addiction, it'll destroy your business. It will destroy your self-image. It will destroy many, many things that you don't want to happen. I'm going to go through several different things that are going to help you detox yourself from absolutely needing the approval and validation of others, because you don't. The only thing you need is God's approval, as well as what you have decided are going to be how you live your life. And that might be your laws, your philosophy, your principles, your standards, whatever they are. But let me ask you a question. Why do you want people's approval, honestly? Think about this. You should be the ones that they're seeking approval from. Did you get that? I want you to understand one more time. You should be the one that people are seeking approval from, not you seeking approval and validation. It doesn't make any sense any other way. So number one, approval addiction is a charisma killer. It will kill charisma faster than you could ever say split. Needing validation, and I want you to get this, needing validation hands over total control of your presence and of where you're going in life. Did you get that? Needing validation, needing approval, you're handing over your presence, you're handing over your future to people saying, here, approve of me because I need it. You don't need that. Magnetic people never surrender control to anyone. Did you get that? That's why legends, that's why highly charismatic people, they don't surrender control to anyone. And the reason why is because they won't let people control their destiny, control their future, control their income, control anything else. You can't, because that's not who you are. If you're listening to this video, and people like us, come on, let's be real. You and I have a lot in common. We don't allow people to force us in any way to seek validation, to seek approval or anything else, because we are the ones that want to approve of. Not be approved of, but we are the ones that I approve of you. And that's just how charismatic people are. Approval addiction is learned, to be perfectly blunt, but it can also be unlearned. Don't forget that. Neediness, number two. Neediness has a radiance people feel before you ever speak. Did you get that? When you need somebody's approval, when you need their validation, when you need their attaboy, kudos, and everything else, people can feel that. They can feel that, they hear it in your words, they can see it in your eyes, they can feel it in your presence. You don't want to do that. Approval seeking, you broadcast it through your body language. You broadcast it through the tone of your voice. You broadcast it through the eyes like, please approve of me. What you need to do is you need to put the desperation over here. You need to put the approval over here and say, I'm done with that. I'm not going to be seeking anybody's approval anymore, because I'm going to be moving so fast, so quick, in such a direction, getting so successful that people will seek my approval out. And that has to be the way it is, folks, because if you're ever going to be in that charismatic circle of people, that when people think of charisma, they think of you, which again, it's a business skill set, to be perfectly blunt. That's where you need to be. No neediness, no approval addiction. You don't want that. Number three, the detox, the approval detox begins with one thing. It begins with a decision. Did you get that? Approval detox begins with a decision. And you make that choice, you make that commitment so that your how you live your life, your philosophy, your principles, what you believe, your standards are much, much more important than trying to get approved with people that may have lower standards than you, lower philosophy about life, and lower principles. This is why that you got to be careful. Make a decision right now. Look at me. Come here. Look at me. Make that decision that you're no longer going to seek any approval, any validation, anything like that, because this is the day that your life turns around. You're going to make a decision. I'm not going to do that anymore. And if people don't approve of me, well, I don't want to be around them anyway, because I got too much going on to ever worry about it. So this is the reason why the detox begins with a decision. Number 4, boundaries are the foundation that most people live their life by, if you will, that are multimillionaires. Boundaries. They set boundaries, and it is a foundation of a magnetic presence. Did you get that? It is the foundation of a magnetic presence. Knowing what you won't put up with signals unshakable, undeniable, unconquerable self-respect. There's things I won't put up with. There's things Jody won't put up with. We just won't tolerate. The reason why is because that's not who we are, and they're not going to bring that stuff in our world. Quiet authority, quiet respect, quiet power. You can feel it in people. They radiate it way beyond their words. And this is why that you got to set boundaries. I don't do that. I've never drank. I know a lot of my friends do. Don't see anything wrong with it. I just don't drink. Why? I set a boundary in college, and I said that's just not something I'll ever do. This is the reason why that you've got to focus in. What are your boundaries with people? What are your boundaries with beliefs? And what are your bounds with integrity? Boundaries are the foundation of any magnetic presence. You don't need approval from anybody. Only thing you need is to get busy and you be the one that people seek approval from. What approval seeking actually looks like, people have asked me that. What does it look like when people seek approval and are addicted to approval and want approval? Over-explaining. This is the thing that I've found out, that people that have an approval addiction, they over-explain after you've already made your point, because you're almost I love what my mentor said. He says, anything that you say after you've made your point is a form of an apology. Did you get that? Anything that you say after you've made your point is a form of an apology. And that's what happens with approval addicted people. They over-explain. They laugh at things that you don't find funny. And they laugh because of nervousness, awkwardness, insecurity. And the number one reason why people get that approval addiction is because of insecurity. And this is why that people can change their position. I've seen it just like that. They can change on a dime because, this is what y'all think is cool. Okay, I'm there. You don't do that. If you have standards, if you have philosophies, if you have principles, if you have beliefs, live them. This is the reason why approval-seeking people usually over-explain. They laugh at things that aren't funny, to be perfectly blunt. They change their mind in a heartbeat just like that. And you don't want to do that, because you must have stable, steady, and absolute conviction that what you believe not only is the truth, but it will remain the truth forever as far as you're alive. And I think the greatest thing you can say, you need to have confidence in your values. What you value. First thing I value is God, Jesus. That's my number one. Everything else is around that and centers around that. Confidence in your values, that's what you need, not confidence in reactions, people's reaction towards you. Did you get that? Listen, confidence in your values, in what you can do, in what you know that's inside of you, in what you know that you're headed towards, that extraordinary destination. There's your confidence. Confidence in values, not reaction. People's responses, people's reaction, to be perfectly blunt, shouldn't even be something you think about anymore. You shouldn't. The reason why is because you're detoxing approval out of your system. And I want you to go over this video over and over and over to learn it and the things and how to detox. You make a decision that you're not going to do that anymore, and you quit over-explaining. You quit feeling insecure. You quit laughing at things that weren't funny. You quit being awkward. You quit switching on a dime how you feel. Stand up, take a breath, say, this is what I believe, this is where we're going, this is what we're going to do, and anything other than that, I don't care. Do I care what people think? No. Just ask my wife. I used to all the time. I was very much approval about early 90s, mid-90s, but my mentor taught me something. He said, the moment you conquer approval, that's when millionaire possibilities start showing up. The moment you conquer approval, needing validation, millionaire possibility starts showing up. Don't forget that. Guys, we're doing something special here, and we just went through the approval detox. And I'm telling you, you want to tell people about this. And what I'm going to ask you to do is to like, follow, share, subscribe to this channel, but follow. Because you're going to hear hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos with stuff you've never heard before. Because if you want to increase your sales, if you want to increase your leadership, want to increase your impact, want to increase your marketing, want to increase your income, this is the place, because all that happens when you become at that level of charisma that millionaires and billionaires are. And I want to take you there. All right? Like, follow, share, spread the fire.